Rav Moshe Wolfson's Shmuzin have been translated into English. We've used them before for the summer months, and I've come across his Sefer on Yomim Noroim and Yontif of Sukkos. He has a beautiful shmuz, which he quotes from the Imre Emes, the Ger Rebbe, on Hoshana Raba. Hoshana Raba commemorates, and actually comes out to be the same day as when the wall of Yericho came down. That was the final sealing, and represents the final chosem, the sealing of the year. On Rosh Hashanah, the Gzar Din is written. On Yom Kippur, it is sealed. Now, there are certain situations where we need a chosem b'soy chosem. If you remember your Gemara, if you leave food unsupervised, and that's how we have kashrus today, you have to have a double seal, chosem b'soy chosem. Hoshana Raba is a chosem b'soy chosem. What is the difference between Yom Kippur and Hoshana Raba? On Yom Kippur, Klal Yisrael is forgiven through the method of tshuva b'tzibur. All of our averos, as we work together with the tzibur, are forgiven. And we get to that level of Baruch Hashem, kapara. However, there are certain people who are apart from the tzibur. And Nebuch, today we know, the vast majority of Eden are way, way far away from the tzibur. What can they do? What can they do? That was question number one. Question number two is, for those of us who remember the Ushpizin, whose Shpizin is Hoshana Raba? David HaMelech. That's an interesting fact. We're sort of at the end of the Yontif, and we're sort of climbing down from Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Yosef, Moshe, Aaron, David, and we think we're going down. No, we're not going down. We're going up. David HaMelech did an Aveira as a Yachid. He felt himself separated from the Tzibur because of the enormity of his Aveira, and he did Shuvah for that Aveira. He did so much Shuvah for that Aveira that he took that Arava that we used to do Shuvah and reconnected it to Klal Yisrael. And in fact, that is a concept that's interesting. As the Medrash says, on Hoshana Raba, we attach ourselves to the neshamas of the greatest people, Ben Yishai, and we can pour out our hearts and have a teshuvah. As we climb up in Tishrei, Rosh Hashanah brings us up to a mountain. Yom Kippur, we climb up higher. And Hoshana Raba, we go above the level of Yom Kippur, up to the level of Mashiach. And higher, higher, and higher, so high that he can go down to the lowest of the low and show them the path to Teshuvah. What do we do with the Arava after we beat it up and we threw it on the floor? What do we do with it? We all know that minhag. We take it and we fling it on top of the Aron Kodesh. Mashiach knows how to take the lowest suffering neshama and bring it up higher until they become the top of the Aron Kodesh. We don't come on Hoshana Raba to show Hashem that we're worthy. We come to show Hashem that we are nothing. We stand before Hashem aware that we are nothing and we have nothing. We are not Aravos. We are battered and broken Aravos. We're on the floor. David HaMelech is able to pick us up with the level of Malchus and bring us up and come up to Hashem. Now what's fascinating is that the calendar is set up. Hoshana Raba never comes out on Shabbos. We need this Arava. We need to bang up this Arava. We need to pick up this Arava, which we could not do if it was Shabbos. Now what's fascinating is, we don't worry about that with Sukkot. We don't even worry about that with Rosh Hashanah. We lose a mitzvah of Shofar on Rosh Hashanah because it doesn't supersede Shabbos. Sukkot, we don't take the lulav out. Rosh Hashanah and Sukkot, Shabbos supersedes them. But Chazal understood that Shabbos, while it could take away the place of the shofar and the lulav, cannot replace the arava. Shabbos is so far removed from this, it cannot help the arava that is stretched out on the ground. And guess what? It's only through the arava. Which we say in Hallel, Hashem will not leave us in the dust and the dirt. He will lift us up through the medium of the Arava. The minig of the Arava had to be protected, and therefore the Chachamim made it come out that way, that Arava will never be abandoned, and the Arava Jew will never be abandoned. As long as we try our best, no matter how low we have sunk, we can bring ourselves back up in the schus of David HaMelech and the Arava. Yid Yantiv.